Benefits of the dogwood trees. But which one? Which one are you talking about?
When I heard of the wonderful benefits of the bark of the dogwood tree, I thought, wow, I've got lots of dogwoods on my property.
So which one do I have? There are two types of dogwood trees. Both use the bark, but have very different benefits and cautions. The flowering or American dogwood, Jamaican dogwood. Now I have the flowering or American dogwood here on my property. So I don't really have a picture of the Jamaican dogwood, which is going to be probably growing somewhere around Florida, maybe the coastal regions of Mississippi or even Texas. So I had to just get a picture off the internet, so I apologize. This is not a good picture. Now they both have white flowers, but you can see the flowers are made a little differently. And many books and the internet will show the picture of the flowering dogwood for the Jamaican dogwood. Now, the Jamaican dogwood was the first time I'd ever heard of dogwood having medical benefits, and the root bark is used. It has a long history in the West Indies, Florida, and Central America. It now grows along the Texas coast, the Mississippi coast, Mexico, and the northern part of South America. It is for nerve pain, migraines, insomnia, anxiety, nervousness, pain relieving properties, antispasmodic, especially for back pain, and has also been used for ovarian and uterine pain. But it comes with many cautions. It has the nickname of fish poison tree as it was used to poison fish. It contains rotenone, an insecticide used to control lice and fleas. It is considered very effective in the old herbals, but must be used with caution. It is considered dangerous and should be used carefully and never more than the recommended dosages. It should never be used for pregnant women or women that are breastfeeding and never ever given to children. Now, the dosage is 2 to 4 mils of an alcohol tincture 1 to 3 times a day. You can take a teaspoon of the root in a cup of water, bring to a boil, and simmer 10 to 15 minutes. Or take it in capsules, 2 to 4 grams of dried root bark, and you could do any of these 3 times a day. But what about the flowering or American dogwood, this one that's growing on my property? Come to find out, it does have virtues, just not the same as the Jamaican dogwood. The flowering American dogwood is not mentioned in any of my many herbals. Most of my herbals have their roots in European medicine, Chinese, or from India and Iran. And of course, there were no dogwood trees for them to study or use for that matter. I often use the American Botanical Council as a reliable source when I really want to know what's reliable about herbs. And they had very little information. Now, according to the ABC, the American dogwood root bark was used as a substitute for quinine in the South to treat fevers. The root bark was cured for at least a year to prevent upset in the stomach and the bowels, and the flowers were made into a tea to treat fevers and colic. Now, one of my newer herbals do mention the flowering dogwood. The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies does state, of course, of it being used to treat malaria. She also states that the leaves can be used as a poultice for cuts, burns, wounds, and sore muscles. So I would think you could also make a salve just as you would the other herbs that are for those conditions. The flowering or American dogwood's main claim to fame seems to be its use as a chewing stick in North America by the native Indians, and is a really hard wood used for everything from forks and spoons to hammer handles and other things made of wood. So when it comes to common names for herbs, sometimes you really need to know the Latin name to be sure you're using the right one. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if you enjoy these videos, please like, subscribe, and share. We're a small family farm and we need your support to continue to make these videos and share natural healing remedies. Visit me at FamilyGuideToHerbs.com. Now my channel name on YouTube is Carolyn Gibson Herbalist.